Okay, I think we're ready. I hope so. Oh, that's not the right one. Let's go to the right one. There we go. Today we're talking about CachyOS. Let me just remove this scene. That's my name. Don't wear it out. All right. So yeah, uh, this is CachyOS, and yeah, this is what we're going to do today. We're going to be playing around with Cachy. The way we're going to do that is we're going to play in something called GNOME Boxes, another GNOME product that I remember I enjoyed it in the past. I wanted to see how well it worked for installing distributions and all that whatnot. But before we get started with that, I just kind of want to say hey to everybody. Welcome to the stream. Um, but yeah, that's what we're doing today. Tomorrow is going to be kind of different depending on what time the mail comes. I don't know if I'll get to it in time. I hope that I'll get to doing a like a stream, because what I'm looking forward to is having a tablet tomorrow that I can draw on for like Krita, because I want to try Krita for the first time. I've never tried it, and so I want to see how well it works out. If not, I'll figure out something to do. I don't know what to do, but I'll figure something out. But yeah, that's the big plans for today and tomorrow. Saturday and Sunday, I don't know about Sunday. Sunday, I may do a stream. Saturday, definitely no stream. I don't know if I will do a video, though. I might do a video instead. But Sunday might be a live stream. We'll see how things play out. For sure, for sure. So, I guess without further ado, let's get started with Cachy. I guess. So, what we have here is the homepage for Cachy. And so we have blazingly fast and customizable Linux distribution. Okay? That's what it's known for. I think we can all agree that's what it's saying. CachyOS is designed to deliver lightning fast speeds and stability, ensuring a smooth and enjoyable computing experience every time you use it. Whether you're a seasoned Linux user or just starting out, CachyOS is the ideal choice for those looking for a powerful, customizable, and blazingly fast operating system. Interesting. So their goal is to provide you better speed, security, and ease of use. So that's fun. Wonder what happens if I just do learn more. Maybe it'll show me the features. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Discover the benefits of CachyOS. You experience cutting-edge Linux performance with CachyOS, a distribution built on Arch Linux. CachyOS features the optimized Linux CachyOS kernel, utilizing the advanced Bohr scheduler for unparalleled performance. Gotcha. Okay. Let me just check to make sure everything's looking good. Everything's looking good, I guess. Still worried about that FPS, even though I'm not streaming the... I wonder if it's the text. I'm trying to figure out what's messing with the FPS. I'm still trying to learn how to do this efficiently, as far as like streaming and whatnot, all that good stuff. So Enhancing your performance with optimized packages. It does compile packages with the x86-64 v3, x86-64 v4, and Zen 4 instruction set and LTO to provide a higher performance. Core packages also get PGO or bolt optimization. And I'm just going to pretend like I know what that is. Hello, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. Today we're going over CachyOS. First we're going through the web page, then we will go through the install, and then finally we'll take a look into what we're going to be looking into. So you select your preferred edition. This is where it gets interesting because they have such an amazing selection of things you can choose from as far as your preferred edition. They offer a variety of popular desktop environments, Wayland compositors, and X11 window managers, including KDE, Plasma, that's KDE Plasma, GNOME, XFCE, i3, Wayfire, LXQT, OpenBox, Cinnamon, even Cosmic. That's crazy, dude. Let's see, UKUI, LXDE, Mate, Budgie, Qtile, Hyperland, and Sway. Select your preferred environment during the online installation process. I have just finished installing it for the third time. Nice. So, if I need help, in other words, you'll be able to help me out. I'm just playing. I probably won't need that much help. It's probably just self-explanatory. I don't know which one I'm gonna go with yet as far as what desktop environment. If I had to guess which one I'm gonna choose, it's probably gonna be Hyperland, just simply because that's what I'm running now. I mean, I could run GNOME. GNOME might be the other option, or we could just try Cosmic because I have never tried Cosmic since it came out. So, we'll see how that goes. Hyperland didn't work, GNOME didn't work, so I am now on Plasma. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, that would stop me from using CachyOS then. As far as like a daily driver. Because like, I enjoy Hyperland. I used to run Awesome WM, but now I'm on Hyperland. And I enjoy it. I've enjoyed setting it up and customizing it the way that I wanted to. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes as we go on to the installation. CachyOS offers a choice of 2 installers to fit your needs. You got a user-friendly GUI version based on Calamares, and a CLI-based option for those who prefer a streamlined, non-graphical installation experience. We will be using the Calamares install for this. Let's see. Hyperland didn't work, as in can't be bothered to figure it out. Oh, I see what it is. No, I just had to jump into a meeting. Coming back to watch this one since I suggested it. Good to know. Thank you for hanging out with us, though, as long as you're able to. I'm sorry that I caught you at a rough time. This was the only time I could stream today because I had to make a trip to town and then come back and all that good stuff. So, yeah, sorry about that. But I will have the VOD up. And what is going on with this FPS, my dude? I'm not really doing anything with it. Maybe I just have to play with the downscale or something. I don't know. But yeah, so the installation process, as I said, we're gonna go with Calamares. I don't want to do the CLI today. I'm feeling a little bit lazy. Yeah, thank you. Power up your computing with robust kernel support. CachyOS utilizes the Bohr scheduler, for better interactivity and offers a variety of scheduler options, including EEVDF, Sked, ext. I don't even know what that is. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't know what it is. I'm not gonna pretend. So, you can support them. I got a support button. Then you got fast and secure. Then you got their sponsors and all that good stuff. So then, next thing you'll want to do, you can go to about if you want to learn more about them or if you want to see like their current updates with it and whatever. You can also do that too. When you click download, however, you will be faced with this. Simply download and install using the online GUI ISO installer. So in other words, what they want us to do is they want us to go ahead and download the ISO. I've already downloaded the ISO for it. Ain't got to worry about that too much. Let's see. Yeah, and then you just download your desktop edition. You can do it through all of these means. I went with the direct download. You can also do a handheld edition. So this officially supports the ROG Ally, the Steam Deck OLED, and LCD, Legion Go, stuff like that. So yeah, let us move into CachyOS. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and open this up. And we are greeted with the Calamares installer. Let me just make sure that everything looks good on that end. Yeah, if y'all could just let me know how the stream's doing. Because I had to do some tweaking to OBS to make sure that everything looked good, or to make sure that everything was going to run good. Yeah, so welcome to CachyOS. Yeah, thank you for joining the community. You get all this stuff, and you can launch it at the start, or you could not. So let us launch the... Oh, you know what? Actually, before we launch the installer, it actually looks like we're running on KDE Plasma. So, like, we could already play around with the environment if we wanted to. I don't know what I would want to do, though, in KDE Plasma. Actually, I could see what the applications are. You got Alacrity. Okay, they use Dolphin. Firefox. Gparted. Gparted is pretty good. Oh, that's what I need to do. Let me write that down. I need to write down two things. I need a... Oh, my piece of paper is all the way over there. Okay, so these are things that I need. I need a calculator and a... maybe a partition manager. These are all things that I forgot to do when I first installed Arch when I came back to YouTube. Kate is the editor, the text editor. You got your console. Ooh, them. And then fish. Then also MPV. I did a video on MPV before. It's not that bad, actually. It makes things a lot more simpler, in my opinion. Definitely, I would say so. Yeah. Let's see. Launch installer. This is going to take a minute. Let's hope it doesn't take too long. Choose the bootloader/edition. We're going with Grub. Absolutely. We'll go with Grub. Just want to make sure OBS is doing okay before we continue. I don't know what it is, but it has taken forever for CachyOS. Either that or it's what I'm using. One of the two. But yeah, we'll figure it out. Do you have your Hyperland .config somewhere on your GitHub? Yes, and here's the thing. I don't have them updated, but I do have my Hyperland .configs on my GitHub. Yes, absolutely. So I, yeah, like I said, I got to update them because I've done some stuff to it since the last time I updated it, which was like a year ago. So yeah, I like I said, give me about a day. In fact, if you will reach out to me, let's see. Hold on a minute. Cancel. I forgot to. Do you really want to cancel? Yes, because this does not have enough memory, apparently. I did not give it enough memory. Anyway, let me answer your question. Go to my Discord. If you have Discord, you can always reach me there, and then I can just let you know when my .config files are updated for Hyperland. Or unless you just want to use them now, you can use them now. They'll still work as they are. They're just not updated, like it looks now. So let's see. Is this an old ISO? I just installed 2 days back. You have more options now. Limeine System D for bootloader. I just installed, or not installed. All that I did was I downloaded it today off the website. I downloaded it as a direct download. So that's the reason, I guess, why I'm getting that option. Okay, so let's go to preferences. The memory, they said we need at least 2.5 for the memory. Yeah. So we'll do 2.5 and see what it says from there. We'll go back to it. Discord works. All right, cool. Yeah, so my Discord is in my link tree as well as my GitHub. You should be able to look in the description for that link. And everything should be fine. Alright, so let's try to launch the installer again. Maybe it'll go a little faster since I've got more RAM allocated to it now. It's going to take forever. Probably because maybe that's not enough RAM. Because maybe I'm just using the minimum that I can get away with. Huh. Yeah, everything looks good with OBS. Every now and again I drop FPS, but other than that, everything seems to be fine. Yes, we will go with Grub. I don't know the other one. I'm not familiar with it. And now we wait. Isn't this fun? We get to wait. It's so fun to wait. We're having so much fun. All right. We're here. Okay, so welcome to CachyOS installer. Waiting for one module. Yes, we do want... What are you talking about? I do have enough working memory. I just did the 2.5. What are you even saying, my dude? Maybe I have to... Let's go to preferences. What distribution do you use? There's no CachyOS. I will pick Arch Linux. Yeah, I use Arch Linux. Um, I don't have. Here's the thing about the selections in Discord. So I have roles in there, but um, I have the roles in there. I haven't experimented with enough distros to like add every single one. If you do have one you would like for me to add, let me know and I will see about adding it. Obviously, you would like CachyOS because that's what you're using. So I will let me write that down. Update config files and then add uh, CachyOS role. There we go. There we go. Cool beans, cool beans. RAM won't change live. Thank you for that. I appreciate the feedback there. Um, yeah, I went ahead and I forced to shut down, and then we'll go back into it in a second. I just want to make sure that everything's running good. I'm still in my testing phase as far as like making sure that everything looks good with OBS. I've done like a couple of streams here recently to monitor everything, and it was not playing nice with the filters in OBS apparently because it takes up a lot of power, I guess, if you will. But yeah, let's go ahead and try to go back into it. Yes, we will do CachyOS. But yeah, I will definitely update you once I get the roll in there and once I get the config files ready. Yeah, you load that distribution. Yeah, I'm probably gonna regret not taking a nap today, but oh well. Oh well. So yeah, how's everyone else doing? Y'all doing pretty good? Let's hope so. We don't want any sad penguins today. No sad penguins. We want happy penguins. We're gonna get y'all pumped today. And we have a blank screen. Why? It's alright, I won't give up on it just yet. That's all I'm doing right now. I'm just waiting for it to load. Then we can finally get started with the install. Oh, you know what would be great is to put up a poll. See what we need to load on here today. Because since you guys are watching and everything, I guess it would be great to have like a poll. And then we could see just what we should be running. Yeah, see, it is KDE. Nice little boot screen. Yeah, tomorrow my boom arm should come in, so I should be a little bit closer to the mic than I have been. When I got my new mic, I started to get the boom arm, but then I just said, let me get the little tripod thing, and then I kind of regretted not getting the boom arm because I've always loved using a boom arm with my mics, but yeah, it's whatever. So it should be coming in tomorrow, and then uh, I'll be a little bit closer to the mic like this. Okay, so let us. Well, let me make sure everything's looking good. Stream is still looking good. No problems there. Okay. So let's launch the installer, boys and girls. Hello, welcome back, Toto. You will like it, really. Okay. We'll see. Try Sketch Ext. It's a new kernel extension. Now, are we talking about bootloaders or what are we... Oh, no, you're talking about a new kernel. We haven't got to the kernels yet. We're still at the bootloader. And I always use Grub. I don't know what this Lyman is. Sounds lame. Yep, sounds lame. Okay. So, I'm going to go with what I know. We're going to go with Grub. Yeah, I've never heard of it before either. Also, welcome back to the stream. No, I still haven't finished installing yet. I've been talking with people, and also I've been running into a couple of things here and there today, so I've been really slow in getting to where I need to go for the stream. So I'm taking my time today. It's a live stream. I get to talk with you beautiful people, and I get to go over CachyOS, see if it's something that we like here. Lyman is kind of new, but they have a nice theme. Okay, gotcha. Actually never used a Mac OS before. I wouldn't know. Alright, American English. Let's go next. Yes, that is the correct time zone. The keyboard looks good. Let's see. We will do the erase disk. Let's see here. Yeah, that's the only options we got. And then let's go next. Yes, I do plan on playing games. I don't know about doing a benchmark, but I definitely want to play games, see how that works out. My idea for playing games probably gonna be Mega Man, like the original Mega Man, since I got it on Steam. Probably do a little bit of that, see how that works out on Linux and all that good stuff. Yeah, because really, I don't do a whole lot of gaming these days. The only time I game is like if I'm doing some retro gaming or if I wanted to play Fortnite, which I haven't done in a long time. Rarely will I play Dead by Daylight. So yeah, I'm not really interesting when it comes to playing video games. But we can definitely try some stuff because I got quite a few games in Steam. All right, so desktop. What do we want to use? Just use Mango HUD and we will see FPS by ourselves. Okay. Yeah, I can't guarantee that it's gonna do good because my goal usually whenever I'm playing games is to try to get at least 60 FPS. Sometimes that may not happen though. Fair enough. There's a lot of people that don't like Fortnite. For many reasons. But yeah, um, I have choices as far as games go. I just don't play enough of them these days. But yeah, yeah. If no one chooses, or if no one helps me choose, we will probably go with, um, we'll probably go with. It's hard to say because I want to go with Hyperland, but I also want to try out Cosmic. I might go with Cosmic just to see how it works out. My specs. Okay, so I have it's Intel N100 for a CPU. It's a quad core processor. Turbo frequency can go as high as 3.4 gigahertz. I've got 16 gigs of RAM in it. Um, and then the graphics card is like a UHD graphics Intel or something like that. So it will do like my computer will do 60 FPS. I'm just not sure if it how it will work out when I'm also streaming and doing other things. Like if my OBS will not want to like take priority and like just jump all over the place with the FPS. I've got to figure out how to get that FPS to go down. I don't know what it is that's making it go the way that it's going right now because it'll like fluctuate every now and again. So yeah. Okay, so Katie, if I want, yeah, I'm just not really. I'm not really that much of a fan of plasma. Obviously, that's what they recommend. I am going to go with Cosmic, I think. Well, wait a minute. Hold on before I do that. What's going to be the biggest difference? Other than like Pop OS stuff, like I'm trying to figure out like what's going to be the main difference between that and GNOME. Cuz there's not a difference. And that's just simply because Cosmic was based off of GNOME and their products. Like they eventually got to a point where they're just like, yeah, I'm just gonna do this thing and not worry about it. Um, let's see, Sketch X, make your gaming more smooth, but not more FPS, just more smooth and low latency. Yeah, that's. I think I need to look into something like that then. Cause like maybe you guys can help me out with that. Oh, Cosmic's still not ready? Okay. You may be able to allocate RAM towards VRAM. I've got it enabled on mine and it gives me max of 8 gigabytes or more to my iGPU. Huh. Let me write that down. That looks interesting. So what you're saying is you allocate RAM towards VRAM. VRAM. Cool. I appreciate the help. All right, you know what? Yeah, let's just go with plasma. Uh, yeah, we'll go with plasma. I won't worry about Cosmic right now. Cosmic, I'll try whenever I go into Pop OS because it has been forever and a day since I've used Pop OS, and I eventually want to go back to it just because of, I guess it's nostalgia for me at this point. The best sketch EXT is BPF Land LabD. Okay. Yeah, let's just go with that. Oh, okay. I can install other. I can like right at the gate. I could install additional packages if I wanted to, and they've got like Qtile, Sway, Hyperland, Cosmic. I can do all that. Nice. Oh, you guys, he's asking me for my full name. You think I should give my full name? I don't think that's safe. Okay. Yeah, and it does work especially on more CPU intensive games at 1080p. Okay. Yeah, definitely. I'll have to check that out for sure. Okay. Now, let's do Zipex. Why not? Cause why not, you guys? And we're gonna do a super secure password. Check this out. It's so secure. We're having so much fun. All right. I could log in automatically without asking for the password. Use the same password for the administrator account. Yes. Uh, let's see. My specs' laptop name is ThinkPad E16 Gen 2, i7 Ultra, and 16 DDR5 RAM. Thinking after 2 years, get an AMD laptop. Yeah, I've had a AMD computer. Um, I don't know. I just decided to go with Intel at some point. I don't know why. I just thought it was going to be a little bit better, but I don't know. So everything looks good here. Oh, they're going to use the BetterFS system partition. Next time I install, if I have to install next time, I'm probably going to go with ButterFS because I've got EXT on my current one, but that's just in case I want to um, if I want to make like backup copies of my system, I could do that. Is what I'm saying. Um, but yeah, let's go ahead and install. It's about to make changes to your disk. In order to install CachyOS, you will not be able to undo these changes. Oh no, what are we gonna do, you guys? It's gonna overwrite everything. Alright, let's install now. Enough of me. Enough of my rambles. Alright. Now Intel is not that good if you compare it to Ryzen. Okay. Yeah, Ryzen's pretty good. I can't complain about Ryzen. Uh, I don't know. I think it wasn't so much like now that I think about it. When I got my laptop, it wasn't so much about like whether it was Intel or not. It was just I wanted to make sure that I was going to get the same specs or around the same specs as my old desktop. Because even though it's like 3.4 gigahertz processor, like my desktop had like 3.6. I figured it's only a point 0.2 difference. It's still quad core. I still had 16 gigabytes of RAM. I still had a terabyte. The only thing that's questionable would be like my GPU, and that's it. And the only thing that I have to do is make some tweaks. And I need. It would be nice if I had help with that at some point from someone who knew what they were doing as far as to get me as close to 60 FPS consistently as possible. I have Intel. It works perfectly fine. Some games like Borderlands do have a generous boost to FPS because of the AMD structure. Gotcha. Gotcha. Oh, yeah. That'll put a damper on things. I did not get my first job until I was 19, I think. Yeah, I was 19 when I had my first job. So, no, I definitely understand because, like, I wanted to work and I wasn't able to work for some reason. I think it was because I was having, uh, like, medical issues at the time and just dealing with that. So, CPU is a Intel N100. Yeah, I think it's like Alder Lake or something like that. Yeah, so I mean, it might not be as impressive as other people's computers, but so far I have enjoyed my um, so far I've enjoyed my setup. The only thing, like I said, has been and will continue to be the FPS issue in OBS because like 60 FPS works all the way around. Doesn't matter what I'm doing, it'll work with Cava. It'll work with. I actually had to bump it down to 24 FPS in Viadu, and it still wasn't bringing it down. And then I took off the uh, what was it? I took off um, the filter that made the green screen happen. So, it's just one of those things. I just gotta figure it out. And now we wait, you guys. We're still waiting. Isn't this great? We're having so much fun. I'm just I don't know. I'm a little extra today. Don't mind me. I'm just in a good mood. Oh, look at all of these kernels. And then your security. You got your security. You got Firefox based hardened browser with patches from Gen 2. Ew, Gen 2's on. No, I'm just playing. Gen 2. I give Gen 2 so much crap. I really do. I mean, it just depends on what you do with your PC. N100 is for like mini PCs and NAS systems. Okay. Not really for gaming or productivity. Well, productivity, I do good with productivity. I haven't had any issues with like doing artwork and stuff like that. Gaming, on the other hand, I haven't tried gaming. But then on the other hand, I only game like retro gaming for the most part. Sometimes I'll, like I said before, I'll play like Fortnite or I'll play something intense like that. I mean, at this point, I might not. Well, actually, it wouldn't matter with GeForce Now. I can help you min max your PC. I'm actually an app developer, and I do know a little bit about computers. Yes, I would. I would love that. Thank you. I am also tech savvy myself, but there's still some things in this world that I don't know, and I'm not ashamed to say that. Um, but it's always nice getting help. If you would like, the best way to get in touch with me is Discord. I got a Discord in my link tree, and you can join it, and we can have a discussion. Whether you want to private message me or message me in the Discord, that's fine too. Either or. Kaji, welcome back, my dude. Glad to have you here. Today we are we're installing CachyOS. We're gonna give it a good review. We're gonna see what happens with it. Do, do, do. Yeah, so part of my issue seems to be that I was having problems with my encoder in OBS because the warnings have went away. That was part of it, but that still doesn't completely solve the issue of the FPS. I don't know. When I got my laptop, I was just like, I'm ready for something that's going to have just about the same specs as my old computer did. And the only thing that I regret would be like the GPU. So probably later on, whenever I get more money, I'm probably just going to save up for like a gaming computer. Um, Probably, just get one from Walmart or something like that. And then that way I'll have a good GPU on it. Yes, I know CachyOS is based on Arch and it's for performance. So I have been told. Seems like it's a really good. So far, it seems like it's a really good distribution. I wouldn't know yet. We're not in it, but um, I mean, it certainly gives me something to look forward to. I might end up switching to CachyOS at this point if it looks good enough. If it works the way I want it to. I don't know. We'll see. Like just yesterday, I heard about this browser called Zen. You guys, if you're on Firefox, uh, I mean, here's the thing. There's some things that won't work with Zen, but if you don't use things like the DRM, then Zen browser, you should go. You should definitely go to Zen browser instead of using Firefox. This thing, it's got panels that will auto hide, and then you just hover over it when you want it to pop back up, and then you also have like these workspaces. The workspaces have actually come in handy. I'm using Clear Linux as my Linux boot, and it's blazingly fast on Intel. Nice. I joined and sent a Clover in chat. I have a gaming laptop too. It did punish my wallet, but I'm happy with it. Gotcha. Yeah. Vivaldi. Vivaldi. I've heard about Vivaldi. I never used it. I don't remember why. I think it had something to do with. I think it had something to do with something about them being shady or something. I don't quite remember how that went down, but I know that there was something wrong with it in my eyes, and I just didn't want to use it from that point on. But I think they also have workspaces too. The thing about what I liked about Zen is that you open it up and it's like it is exactly as they say. It is like really calming to me. Like when I open it, I feel relaxed. That I don't have a bunch of stuff in front of me. I just have like my, I just have the web page open, and I can. Vivaldi was created by the former founder of opera. Oh, maybe that's what it was then. It was based off of opera, and I didn't really care too much for opera because opera was when I had I had an issue where it didn't save my bookmarks and stuff like that, and so I went with something else. Because I tried Opera GX, I think is what it was, and when I tried it, there was like a problem with the synchronization of my information or whatever, and it lost all the information, and I'm like, this is sad. So I went with Firefox. I was with Firefox for the longest, and then just here recently I decided to try Zen, and I've enjoyed Zen ever since. But yeah, I think someone mentioned something about Arc being another one that I guess it was kind of similar to. But with Arc, I think they said that the updates have stopped or something like that. Boy, oh boy. All right. Opera was bought by Chinese VC and had some spyware issues. Oh, yeah, maybe that's what it was then. Yeah, I knew that there was something about it that I didn't like. Um, I don't know, but like, I think it's like I always say though, use what works for you. It doesn't matter like who makes it or what it is. Go with what you're using. Like if it works, then that's kudos to you. What is your DEWM? First of all, thank you for joining us today. Um, we decided to install. Uh, we decided to install KDE Plasma on CachyOS, but what I'm running currently is Hyperland for my personal daily driver. It's a mixture of Hyperland along with Waybar. It's strange that a Linux distribution would take so long to download. You know what? I think it may just be because I am in a. Maybe it's just because I'm in a virtual box, is why it's doing that. Um, not. How do you feel about Clear Linux? Uh, let's see, Clear Linux. I only talked about it because someone else had brought it up in chat today. I don't know anything about Clear Linux. So I know just about as much as you do in regards to that. Then I think Vivaldi is all. I have workspace like Zen. I have security, many shortcuts. I can split web page with one window. Um, yeah, here's what I think it is. I think the difference between Vivaldi and Zen is just going to come down to if you would rather go with something that is based off of Firefox or something that's based off of Opera. And since I'm not really a fan of Opera, but I am a Firefox, that's probably why I went with Zen to begin with. But they pretty much, if you think about it, they almost do the exact same things. Because I can also split web pages. And they also proclaim security with Zen and other stuff like that. One of the things I enjoy about my web browsers, which is actually a prerequisite of mine, for a web browser, I have to be able to change the font on everything about it as much as I can. So like the UI interface, the font needs to be changed, and the web page text needs to be changed. The only thing that I don't like about Zen is that I finally got to a point where I was able to open the file picker, but the file picker only shows me a downloads folder. It does not show me all of my files in my home directory. And I don't know why that is, and I don't know how to fix it. I can see my bookmarks, history, and node in bar without leaving the page. That's pretty nice. Without opening a page. I must have misunderstood what you were saying earlier. No, you're good. No, you're good. I hate Opera. They want to be the gaming browser. Browser needs to be neutral. I use Edge. I know. Well, listen. I'm not gonna give you too much trouble about using Edge. If you love using Edge and it works for you, continue using it. More power to you, buddy. Like that's all I really got to say about that. And with Vivaldi, I have a spotlight like Mac in the browser. See, I don't even know what that is. What is a spotlight? Like what is the purpose of that? Okay, so I will be right back momentarily. It's only gonna take me like maybe 30 seconds at the most. I gotta refill, so I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. All right, it's a shortcut which opens a little bar on the middle of the screen, and you can do anything with it. Okay, sounds interesting. For sure. Okay, and it looks like it's done. You may now restart into your new system or continue with the CachyOS environment. So we will. Oh, I don't need to use my mouse. Yeah, sometimes I don't need to. Sometimes I would prefer using the hotkeys. Um, Most of the time, I prefer that as a matter of fact. I don't always use my mouse, but sometimes I feel like using the mouse is essential to whatever it is that I'm doing at the time. Why Firefox is in every Linux distro? Probably just because they want to use something that is universal, kind of like how Microsoft Edge is universal, kind of like how Safari is universal. Linux wants a browser that they can, I guess, kind of call their own without calling it their own. That would be my guess. I personally don't mind it. I like Firefox. I enjoy the Zen browser more these days after having tried it recently. But, you know. Yes, but for writing performance, I need to use both my hands. Okay. No, I get that. I can definitely understand. Ew, it booted me out. I said for you to restart. I didn't tell you to boot me out. Let's click on it. Let's go with CachyOS, I guess. Or no, boot existing OS. Welcome to Grub. Yeah, we got CachyOS Linux here. Oh no, you're good, Kate or Kaji. You're good. On that note, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. I don't know how to. I don't know how to pronounce it all that well. Look, we get a loading screen. We're having so much fun. All right. Uh, Come on, you can do it. I believe in you. You can do it. You can load. Yeah, I think if it wasn't for the fact that I'm running this in a virtual box, it wouldn't be this slow. Okay, now that was pretty. That was nice. I like that. I don't. I know how they. I kind of know how they did that, but I don't know how they did that. Looks pretty good. I'm also a fan of the login screen. I would love to be able to customize it, but let's use our super secure password, you guys. There we go. Boot into it. Are you in boxes? Yes, this is GNOME Dash Boxes. Which, arguably, may be the reason why it is going slow. I don't know. I don't know. On a 4-core machine, how many cores do you allocate towards VirtualBox? You know what? That's a good question. I haven't checked the settings on that yet. Haven't checked it out. SDDM Manager can change that wallpaper. That's the package I was thinking about. SDDM. Good deal. Thank you. That was great. I needed that. Because I would like a nice login screen at some point, and I would also like to be able to change my grub the way that it looks. I just haven't done it yet. I've done a live stream before where I've messed around with grub, but I didn't do anything with this setup yet because I'm still wanting to get everything like I want it in Arch. I think Nobera and Calculate Linux ships Brave and Chromium by default, but they might be exceptions. Yeah, I've heard of Nobara. I don't know. I don't know much about Nobara, but I've definitely heard of it for sure. All right, so now we're here. We get to see all these fun stuffs. Let's open this up. And let's take a look at all the applications again. I'm not sure what I want to do here. Oh, Manjaro has Vivaldi. Gotcha. Yeah, it's been a while since I've played around with Manjaro. I, at one point, did not recommend... Well, no, I did say yesterday that Manjaro was like D tier because it's not as bad as people think it is, but it's also I would rather use other things. But it's not bad enough to where I would want to go back to Windows or, God forbid, go to Mac OS. It's not at that point. Let me put it that way. I'm doing a Trixie install right now. Buddy, I wish you luck. This one time I did, I was running Debian Stable. That's when I started my YouTube channel, was when I started with Debian. And like I said, I started with Stable. And I, at one point, got so, I say frustrated. It got to a point where I was running out of opportunities to customize things, and I wanted to do more with my computer, like especially get like the latest version of OBS Studio. And so I don't remember if it was Trixie or if it was Sid, but I tried to do an upgrade from Stable to one of the two, and that's where I went wrong. That's when I should have just like reinstalled Debian completely, but just with whichever one I wanted to go with. But like it, for a distribution that's supposed to be stable and secure, they don't recommend that you go with Trixie or Sid, but there's just some things that you're going to need that is like quality of life. Isn't Manjaro just Arch with Plasma, for example? I think I'll try Endeavor OS next. I've heard of Endeavor. I haven't had a chance to try it out yet. Plasma, or no, Arch, or no, here's the thing about Manjaro. It is Arch Linux based, but it is not Arch. So there apparently is a difference that they try to force upon everyone, that it is not Arch, but it is based off of Arch. Anyway, oh, BTOP. I don't know what BTOP plus plus is though. Oh, what do we want to do, you guys? What do we want to try? Let's see how the calculator works out. Why not? Don't know what that is. Okay. So 2 plus 2. Oh, I don't even get to hit the equal button. Really? I was going to say equals 4. Yeah, so calculator works good. Tweaks. Let's take a look at the tweaks. System D enabled. Okay. System update, reinstall packages. Okay. Linux and Mac are one and the same. macOS is basically a fancy Linux distribution. Sir, that is a based take. I don't know. I don't know if I would say that that's wrong necessarily. I think I would agree to a certain aspect. Mac OS is always been something that I've described as something for people that aren't into computers, but at the same time have money to spend on something that looks fancy. That's how I view Mac OS. Let's see. We could install some apps. I don't know if I want to install any apps, but let's see what else can I do here. Okay, you got an emoji selector. You got fish. Nice, nice. Octopi. Add or remove software installed on the system. Okay. System monitor. Let's take a look at the system monitor. Let's see what... What in the world is that thing next to my cursor? That looked like a Minecraft square. Just bouncing up and down. Sir, what are you happy about? That you're jumping up and down. No, here's the thing. Oh, you hate macOS. Oh, I got you. I had to think about that for a minute. I'm like, what are you trying to say here? No, macOS. It has its purpose. It's more so for people that just are like, I don't know. I guess you want to be creative. You want to be able to use a computer, but you're too rich and too dumb to like know other operating systems and distributions. And that might be kind of crude for me saying that, because I'm not trying to say that people are dumb when it comes to people that use Macs. I think we have some of the most creative minds out there that are using MacBooks, and like people like, here's the thing about Macs that's really good is like there are DJs out there. A lot of them use MacBooks, and I think it's just because of the performance that it gives, and because they're able to afford it. For them, it works really nice, and just for them to be able to provide that quality, I can appreciate that. Actually, maybe I'm the only one, but I don't know. Like like I said, everyone has their use case for um, for MacBooks. Okay, so it's only see this is the thing I don't understand. I put 3 gigabytes in there, but it's only using 1.3 gigabytes. Maybe that's just so that way it can give it headroom, because headroom is important. The disk space is good. The CPU is actually doing really good. Not too bad there. Um, yeah, everything else looks good for that. I have a Mac in my office, but I bought it solely for iOS dev. And it's also another good reason because there are people that use iPhones, people that use Apple Watches. I'm one of those people that uses an iPhone and an Apple Watch. I appreciate being able to have that in my life. It makes everything easier to use. But yeah, um, yeah, it's all nice. It's all good. It's not really performance. It's just some of the music software works best on Mac OS, and the plugins for instruments just seem to work better. Yeah, that's probably more likely it. Yeah, if you want to develop apps for Mac, you really do need a Mac. I would agree. I would agree with that statement. Um, I don't know. I wish that there was a way that we could just all have Linux phones that did what we wanted it to do. Unfortunately, I don't see that being a thing anytime soon. I mean, there are Linux phones out there, don't get me wrong, but as far as like good ones, I don't know of any good ones that I could recommend. Um, but one day it would be nice to have a Linux phone, and then I can customize that experience the way that I want it to, and not be limited. The only thing is that there's some applications that I use on my phone that I just wouldn't be able to use on a Linux phone if I was ever to get one, and that would limit my life significantly. Um, so yeah, as far as CachyOS goes, this is. Well, let's take a look at the file. Oh, I see what it's doing. So every time you open up a program, the the icon jumps up and down. It does a little animation next to the cursor. That's what it is. By Linux phone, are you meaning something other than Android? Yes, that's what I was getting at. Something that um, like I wouldn't want I I think the only Linux phone that I've heard of is like a Pine phone. Um, I it's been a while since I've read up on those, but I don't know how well those do. But yeah, something other than Android, something that's like really customizable. I actually saw this one person. I don't remember who it was, but it was on YouTube, and when they used, um, when they put together their phone, they were able to look into their terminal. Like you could actually access the terminal within the phone, and that just baffled me. I'm like, this is crazy. How you're able to just access the terminal, no problem. Um, but but yeah, there is the Librem phone, I guess. Hmm. The Librem phone. Interesting. Interesting. Uh. Then you got system settings. Let's take a look at the system settings. Yeah. Yeah, good old Pine. So you got all that. Ooh, they even got a section for drawing tablets. That might be nice, actually. And a place for gaming controllers. Cool, cool. It's like they know what you want. You can even change the text and fonts here. That's pretty nice. Default applications, window management, screen locking. Let's go to about this system. So we're running on KDE Plasma version 6.3.5. The KDE Frameworks version is 6.14.0. Qt version is 6.9.1. The kernel version is 6.15.2-2-CachyOS. And they're running Wayland. That's crazy to think about. They're running Wayland. And here's my specs, by the way. That's not all the RAM that I've got. That's just how much I've allocated. But like, it is using all 4 cores, it looks like, of the Intel N100. The graphics processor, they're saying something about LLVM pipe. Other than that, everything looks fine. Let's see. Seeing a lot of Mac OS. Is this OS for Apple devices? If not, is it better than Linux Mint? Is Apple OS? Yes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. iOS for iPhone and iPad. Mac for Mac and iMac. Yep. Pretty much. Pretty much. Okay, everything looks good there. And then I just want to check something in Firefox real quick. I want to see if they do like they do with Manjaro. Okay, so it's not like Manjaro. That's cool. The browser works just as it should. I used CachyOS for a year. I loved it before I switched to Kubuntu. I use CachyOS now on my ThinkPad. Nice. Also, welcome to the stream. There is iPad OS actually. Oh yeah, that's where you were able to do like way more than you could with other Apple devices, if I'm not mistaken. That's why they did that. I got a 7th gen iPad somewhere in a drawer. I'll try it out. Yeah, the iPad is just iOS when you break it down. I would agree with that. There's a couple things here and there that they've added though, that I would argue, that make it different. But other than that, yeah, no, I agree. So obviously, I'm not able to try it with Hyperland because I didn't install it with Hyperland. Although, if I was to install it, I would install it with Hyperland. But what is it that I think about CachyOS? I don't know. I think what it comes down to is that this is a distribution that I have to rely solely on the community because I don't know enough about, like, is it going to beef up your system in any way? Like, is it going to perform better? Like, what is it going to do for you? And all that good stuff. So, if people are saying that it's good for performance, then I would probably try it just for the sake of performance and then just tweak it the way that I need to tweak it. But if I'm just looking at CachyOS, it just, like, especially with it being KDE Plasma, it just reminds me of every other distribution out there, really. But, like, where it comes into play is like with all the performance aspects of it, I guess, is the biggest thing. Is like just how it performs. And unfortunately, I wouldn't know until I just like started using it as a daily driver. But that is something that I need to look into and need help with. I need help with being able to optimize my computer for performance when it comes to Linux, so that way I get the most out of it. Uh, let's see, it's just a mix between iOS and iMac. Yeah, pretty much. I wouldn't argue with that. Better for desktop use. The CachyOS with Hyperland is very epic. Yeah, see, I started to go with Hyperland, but I also had some. I had a thought pop into my head. I'm like, well, what if it gets confused with what I'm doing? Uh, like what if when I go to press like Super Q, that it tries to pull up uh, my configuration from my daily driver instead of the one that's in GNOME boxes. I didn't know if it would conflict with each other, so it's kind of why I didn't go with Hyperland. I just wanted to see what it was like. It's fancy. I'll give you that. But like I said, I would recommend this if you are looking for something to optimize performance. Probably, I wouldn't say that it's bad. From everything that I've seen on it, it looks pretty good to me. Um, I think I would have to obviously play around with it more. I don't know. Those are just my first thoughts, I guess, when I'm trying to figure out like who is the audience here. Like that's whenever I recommend a distribution, I'm always thinking about like who is this going to benefit, you know? So yeah, I would, until I tried it out for myself as far as performance goes, maybe I would rank this at A tier for now. This I wouldn't recommend it as super tier until I figured it out. Like maybe A tier, B tier. Probably closer to B tier just because I don't know enough about the thing at hand. But yeah, those are my thoughts. I'd love to have a discussion about it. See what y'all think about CachyOS. See if there's anything else that I can like really do with it. Are you still running Windows? Oh, what happened here? Oh, okay, that's what happened. I just wasn't moving my mouse enough. It wants to like sleep on me, I guess. Are you still running Windows 10 natively on your current PC? So no. What it was that when I bought the computer, it came with Windows 11, and what I did was I wiped it clean and I installed Arch Linux on it, and so I'm using Arch Linux, and that's my daily driver. Okay. Let's see how the stream is doing. Still doing pretty good. Yeah, it seems to have gotten all of its bugs out when it comes to well, just as soon as I said something, it wants to play around with the FPS on it. So I had to figure that out later on. But some of the tweaking that I did seemed to work better all around with OBS. It's just I gotta get better at like maybe it's my kernel. Maybe I could try like the Zen kernel or something like that, and see how well that does with gaming. Because I think back in the day, if I remember correctly, there was something about like kernels made a difference, and then there were other optimizations that you could do. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people here that seem to be using CachyOS to one degree or another. Um, so I would definitely recommend CachyOS just because there's other people using it out there, and I'm hearing what they have to say about it, and it's like if they have that many good reviews about it, then like yeah, I would probably go with it. I've been running Cashy full time for about 12 months. I prefer it for basically being Arch with a skim of sane desktop gaming oriented defaults over the top, which suits my use case. Yeah, and I think that was something that I was going to touch on too. Thank you for reminding me. I like the Calamari's install in regards to being able to pretty much like I wouldn't. Here's the thing: I wouldn't be able to install Awesome WM unless I just did it like by itself or whatever. Like I could go in later on and add Awesome WM because it's basically Arch, but like I wouldn't be able to pick it from Calamari's. But with that being said, I don't need to use Awesome WM because I don't plan on going back to X11. So Hyperland would be pretty good for me. It's got that option, and I like that. So it makes your installation process a lot easier, I would say. Yeah, it definitely makes it a lot easier. Yeah, now I'm just kind of winding down a little bit. I'm just I'm just kind of trying to process CachyOS, I guess. Like I said, I would recommend it to people just because it's basically Arch, but you get a Calamari's installer, you install whatever it is you want to. You don't have and most of all, you don't get critiqued for using Arch install. That's what I would say about that. Uh, which is actually very helpful. Because like that was the thing about my Arch install. When I installed Arch, I used Arch install even though I have done a previous stream where I installed Arch with disk encryption. I did it for like I think that might have been like either my first or second time that I had done it. Um, but I use Arch install to make my life simpler. Like I don't necessarily want to spend all my time in the install. I want to spend all my time customizing the user experience, not how I'm installing it. And so it helps with being able to have something that you can just install. Is there a way to look at the source code for Arch? It's a good question. Uh, I'm just trying to think of if they've got a GitHub or not, because you might be able to through GitHub. That's a good question. I don't know. Huh. But yeah, oh, it's wanting to do it every 5 minutes, I guess. Let me actually go into the settings and see about shutting that off. I mean, I should be doing more with CachyOS. The thing is that when I'm doing these reviews, I just don't know what it is that I am wanting to do with it. So go ahead and apply those settings. Let's see. I think it would be under display. No. Um, Maybe it would be under general behavior. No, that's for workspaces. What do I want to do here? Oh, display and monitor. Derp. Okay. So, no, it isn't there. Maybe it would be under. Oh no, I can search for it. Uh, desktop session. No. Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong. Usually Linux is open source, but how open source is it? Um, I guess if you were asking that question, what are you wanting to look at? Is maybe the package build files? Huh. I mean, maybe. Power management. Maybe that's where I need to go. When inactive, dim automatically. Never. Turn off screen. Never. When inactive. Actually, I can't do anything with that. Alright. We did it. We did it. Yay. Now it won't sleep on us. Now it'll just be there and it will run forever in eternity. Let's see. Arch is packaging the source for all the other projects essentially, and where they get it from and how they package it up is encapsulated in the package build file for each package. Gotcha. Yeah, I guess because at one point, I think there were a lot of YouTubers at the time where they were like, "Oh, like immutable distributions are the way to go," and I'm just like, I don't really know enough about whether something's immutable or mutable and like how that affects me. So like, it just didn't really bother me that much. Um, I don't know why that popped into my head, but I just thought about it just now. But like for the longest time, people were like, "Yeah, go for an immutable distro." And I guess that would be a question: is it like if CachyOS is an immutable distro? I mean, I would, if they're about security, I guess, then maybe. I don't know. So we got about. I want to give it about 20 more minutes, and then I got to head out. So 20 minutes for whatever. Like I said, I don't know if there's going to be a stream tomorrow. I think it depends on when I get my packages in. Because when I get my packages in, we're doing an art stream. So definitely, like, we're still going to talk about Linux because obviously I will be running Krita in Linux, and I'll be trying to get my drawing tablet to connect. And we're going to see how that works from there for like artwork and some streams and stuff like that. We'll just see how it works. And then I get to talk with you guys about Linux. Isn't that fun? We're having so much fun. Yeah. But, yeah, that's my plans. Because, like, Saturday, I'm probably not going to stream. Sunday, I might end up streaming. It just depends on what it is that I'm going to stream, really. Because I don't know what I want to do right now. Oh, yeah, you know what I could do is that if I do the art stream uh, tomorrow, yeah, if I do the art stream tomorrow, then I can do the gaming stream like on Sunday or something like that. Maybe. Or I could do if I get back in time on Saturday, I could probably just do it Saturday. I don't know, because I gotta figure out how my weekend's gonna go. Because if nothing else, we'll probably just resume on Monday. But tomorrow, uh, I plan on the art stream. So yeah, let's think for a second. Let's see. Are there? Oh yeah. Here's a good thing I need to talk about. For those of you that don't know, uh, I do have a Discord server. It is in my link tree, which that is in the description. If you would like to be able to talk to me, or you would like to join the server to talk to other Linux users and ask questions, share your risings, you can also post your questions if you have any. We'll try to help you out, but I can't guarantee any answers. But other than that, if you would, please give the stream a like, and if you really like me, I hope you will consider subscribing to me. That would be helpful too. But yeah, yeah. What can I say about CachyOS? CachyOS. I think I've said pretty much all that I've got to say about it. It's just would try it. Like, well, here's the thing. Right now, CachyOS is pretty much the only thing that's being recommended to me in terms of something that is Arch, basically. And so that would be like really helpful when I go to install Arch again. So that's when I would use it, but for now I'll just stick with Arch Linux until I have a reason to move away from Arch Linux as a whole. But yeah, there's that. I don't know. As far as like content goes, like I've already discussed the upcoming streams. We discussed yesterday some of the distributions that I might want to review on stream. We talked about that yesterday. Is there any kind of content you guys want to see? Like maybe how to do something in Hyperland, or how to do something in Waybar, or like... Are you serious? That thing turned off my screen. You weren't supposed to turn off, my dude. Maybe I missed another setting? I don't know. But, yeah, does anyone have anything they would like to see? Because I'm going to start... It seems like doing these live streams is a lot better for the channel. So I'm going to end up doing more live streams. And I'll just do a video whenever I think it's necessary, or do a YouTube short when it's necessary. But yeah, it seems like live streaming does a lot better for me these days. And also, we are also on Twitch. For those of you who need to watch elsewhere, but I'm sure all of you are going to be watching it here, which is great. Because this is my primary method of streaming. Yeah, it is in sleeping. Let me see about sleeping. Nightlight. No, that's not it. Screen locking. Lock the screen automatically. Never. Lock after waking from sleep. No. Power management. Yeah, let's apply those settings. Live streaming is what pulled your channel in my feed, so it does help reach people. Yeah, that's the thing that I've noticed is like, um, I'm being recommended a lot lately, and I thank the YouTube gods for that. Um, just for being able to reach out to people, because the goal of my channel is to like, there is a entertaining aspect of it, but I also aim to like try to help out people as much as I can. Um, just because it, I don't know, I find stuff that I enjoy in Linux, and I just want to be able to share it with other people, and I want to be able to share how I did that. Uh, let's see, when inactive, we'll just do that one. Uh, yeah, so we will, or maybe it's in advanced power settings. No, let's apply that. Let's go back out. But yeah, I generally try to help out when and where I can, and I appreciate when people do the same for me as well. Um, I don't know. I enjoy Linux. I enjoy making Linux content, and I hope to continue to do more in the future. Um, but yeah, let's go ahead. What else do I want to do? Oh, hey, welcome back. Hey, just wanted to thank you for saying that I should switch to Arch. I love it. Just installed it like an hour ago. Cool, cool. Yeah, Arch was that thing that I think the only reason that like I wouldn't go to Cachy would be because I want to be able to like install the essentials, um, which I'm able to do that with base Arch, but um, it I don't know. I'm glad I was able to help you out there. Like I said, the only thing was is whenever you feel ready, like you don't even have to, when you go and you're trying to figure out if you want to use a certain distribution, then the thing that you have to ask yourself is, uh, do I want to use it as my daily driver? And if you don't, stick it in a virtual box, see how it works for a little while, and if you find it to be something that you really love, then go with um, and then just go with installing Arch. But, um, like I said, I'm glad I was able to help out. I would always recommend Arch to people that are tech savvy, at the very least. People who want to customize, people that are interested in, I guess, starting from scratch, basically. Well, it's not Linux from scratch, but it's like, it gets it to a point where like you can install what you want and how you want it and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I guess I would just say I would also recommend CachyOS. I just don't know where it would rank, and like the plan is to do another, probably another tier list maybe, but not anytime soon. But like I want to be able to use enough of the. I want to be able to use as many distributions as I can to see if I enjoy it. And then if I enjoy it, then I can recommend it and all that good stuff. But yeah, whenever I do that tier list again, it's going to be a huge mega uh, tier list. Like we're talking about Titus Tech type of deal. Yeah, one thing I noticed, I was trying to get the API for Twitch to work, so that way it would show my followers. I, for the life of me, cannot get that to work out. So basically, what I did in my script was, along with GitHub and Bandcamp, I put in the icons and then I just stuck in the numbers that I'm currently at, and I'll just go in my file and I'll update them periodically. Let's see. Do you use Oracle for VirtualBox? No, I use GNOME boxes. I just feel like it's the easiest on me, and like I don't have to fiddle with it like other VirtualBox programs. Ooh, desktop environment tier list maybe one day. You sir are on. You are on to something. Let me write that down. Let's see. Desktop environment window manager tier list. Yes, let's do that. Let's figure that one out. Y'all may be surprised at where GNOME is going to be at, though, because even though I would, uh, even though I would recommend like GNOME to certain people, like I don't think it's going to go as high as I would want it to be. It may be like C tier if I'm going off the top of my head. But yeah, desktop environment tier list. Yeah, let's go. I can rank. Ooh, that means I'd have to try out Cinnamon at some. I'd have to try out Cinnamon. I'd have to try out Cosmic. Uh, because I already know where Qtile stands, and I definitely know where Hyperland stands. I know where Awesome WM stands. There's some of these other ones that I'm not quite sure of. Yeah, this has actually been really good for the stream. Like I haven't had it go down at all, so that's good. Agreed, GNOME is great for some specific use cases, I guess, but it's not for me. Yeah, and that's the thing that I've come to realize is that like even though I appreciate some things that GNOME has made, I don't think it's for me as a desktop environment just because I want to do more with my system. Uh, but that's the thing about when you are first starting out. When you're first starting out, you want to you want to start out with something basic, and your basics are going to be something like GNOME, KDE, uh, Cinnamon, possibly Cosmic. I would probably say Cosmic maybe. Well, no, I take that back. Cosmic might be a little bit more advanced than GNOME is. Um, but yeah, yeah, that's I guess how I feel about it. Yeah, we're just about to close out. Is there any last thoughts before we end the stream? Now would be the time to do so. Well, in that case, um, that's going to do it for me today. I want to thank everyone for coming out and being here. It won't be too much longer. And then we'll head on out. Um, let's see. Looking forward to the next one. Thanks for the great stream. Hey, thank you for joining us. Glad you could make it. All from me. Thank you for the stream. Much appreciated. Hey, I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. I've enjoyed it so far. I enjoy being able to talk about Linux and doing all that good stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and head out. It was nice talking with y'all, and I will see you guys in the next one.